Hey, Michelle Visage.
Hi, boo.
Oh, my goodness. You know, every time I say Michelle Visage, I think of you know who. We did
Marvin
morning.
Lynch?
Yeah, can we say his name? I don't want him
not?
to get upset. You know,
No.
people are so litigious these days.
Yeah, but we haven't. We said his name.
Yeah.
We didn't say anything.
I mean, still, people, you hear about that, you know, people suing people for whatever.
For what?
I don't know.
For saying somebody's name?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Well.
He called us every morning. It was our pride and joy. We couldn't wait for him to call us, actually.
Yeah, every morning at KTU, he would call us and he would give us advice on how to do the radio show.
Hilarious.
Did he have a background in radio? He was just a listener.
Thank you.
Yes, he was a listener.
I just gave you the eye like.
Yeah, who had an idea of how we should behave and who we should have on. Funny thing, that he would give everybody a little bit of a nudge, but he wouldn't go there with me.
No.
He wouldn't. Why do you think that was?
Well, because you are a celebrity, and we were just radio personalities in his head. You know what I mean? He didn't know the history of me, or he didn't care. Right. He only knew who you were, and as a celebrity, he didn't want to go there with. You know what I mean? Yeah,
well, you know, it's funny that. Anyway, anytime I say Michelle Visage,
we think of Marvin.
I think of Marvin.
Good old Marvin.
Yeah. I wish I had a driver.
I wish I had a driver, too, not just a golf club.
Yeah, because, you know, I love to drive, but driving has become so awful here in L.A.
Well, in Los Angeles, it is not enjoyable. I mean, seriously. And the thing is, guys, I know we're being ridiculous, and, you know, there's people around the world who listen kill to live in L.A.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't even plan around it because it makes no sense.
If there's no rhyme or reason to it, you know, something, even going a mile, you know, sometimes a street can be blocked off and it derails all of your plans.
And 8 times out of 10, it's because of what they call here looky-loos. We call them on the East Coast rubberneckers. It's from people looking at maybe somebody getting pulled over for a ticket.
Yeah.
It'll make it, and I'm not even exaggerating, 10 miles worth of traffic because of somebody pulled over getting a ticket or changing a tire. Yep. Not even a big accident.
Right.
And it makes no sense.
Well, it's terrible for you because you live so far and so many variables could happen.
So many. I left an hour and a half early today and I got here 20 minutes late. I mean, who knew that an hour and a half, you know, would not be enough time? And you can leave at noon where everybody's theoretically at work and I'm sitting in traffic for 2 hours to go 5 miles.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Now, before Drag Race, have you ever been approached to do a reality show similar to those kind of things?
The only type of reality show, believe it or not, I was ever approached to and actually did a pilot for it. There's something on the radio now called...
Dish?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did one. And they were calling it back then Scan. And the guy...
Scam or scan?
C-A-N, like you scan on a radio.
Yeah.
The guy, Pat, the one who killed himself that did... was it Let's Make a Deal?
Oh, no, it was Family
Wheel of
Feud.
Fortune, Family Feud.
Yeah.
Not Richard Dawson.
Not Pat
the blonde
Sajak,
one.
the other guy.
The
what
blonde
was his
one.
name? Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Alex will get it. It's Pat something or other, wasn't it? It was Wheel of Fortune? No,
it was Family Feud.
The one who came after Richard Dawson.
Right.
Took his own life. He was the executive producer. Actually got a chance to meet him. Came in. It was with me. After you left KTU, it was me and Ralphie. Then there was a show in Detroit, and there was 2 other shows, and the pilot was amazing, and it didn't get picked up. And it's so funny because Dish is on now, and it does quite well. It's in
I guess
4th or 5th season. I saw it, and I'm not a fan of it. Right. But back then, it was really fun with us. So that's the only kind of reality show that I had ever done, period.
Well, and then you did Big Brother, which is kind of like that.
It was Ray Combs.
Ray Combs,
Ray
right?
Combs.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. And then I did Big Brother, and that
Big Brother was that same kind of thing where you're in a house and they see your every move.
Yes.
And even were you able to poop when you were in the house?
There was one toilet that locked. All the other shows, I can't tell you how many times.
What do you mean locked?
They were all open.
I see.
Having a pee and you could just walk in.
I see.
But with the celebrity house, there's one bathroom that locks, and I named it the poo loo because loo in Great Britain means toilet.
Yeah.
So it was the poo loo, and so that's the only time. But every time you took a walk to the poo loo, everybody knew you were going to take a dump. So it was like every time you walked, it was like dropping a load.
Yeah,
that was at the moment,
that
but
long walk to China.
It was like the walk of shame, but it is what it is. You got to empty your bowels.
Yeah. Knowing that, did you sort of eat light?
Well.
Are you using an eyelash curler? I ask you this every time.
It's just mascara.
That's just that curling mascara.
Not even curling mascara. It's just regular mascara.
Oh, it's crazy.
I woke up like this.
Oh, it's crazy talk.
So whatever.
I'm convinced you curl your
I
lashes.
swear to God, I do not, and I don't endorse it.
Yeah. You don't endorse it? Why not?
Because it rips your friggin' eyelashes out.
Yeah, but if you have a lot of lashes, I have a lot of lashes. It's going to take a lot of love, Nicolette Larson.
Yes, it is, darling. But no.
Yeah, I usually curl my lashes.
I don't endorse it. Rips them out. Can't do it. I know Billy B's a big supporter. He used to do it to me. I'm like, stop, don't do it. It's
this
torture.
coming from the woman who's got a head full of extensions.
I'd rather have them than this with the eyeballs.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to
eating light for the Big Brothers.
Being a gluten-free vegan, it was the joke of the house anyway, because literally every day I was like, well, I guess I'll have pasta, or I guess I'll have hummus. Like, there was never any real food. Big Brother would constantly call me into the diary room and be like, Michelle, Big Brother's concerned you're not eating enough. And I was like, no. I'm like hooked up to an IV going, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
They would really ask you that, but they would never be on the air.
No, because no. So they'd like sneak me a gluten-free vegan chocolate bar into the storeroom or say, here's extra asparagus, because everybody was eating all the food and I'm so limited. And then Alicia, the plastic surgery girl, halfway through was like, well, I'm vegan too. And I'm like, oh, well, you didn't tell them that, so now you're eating my food. Do you remember Bananagate when she stole all the bananas? So there's a moment of like that. But I'm not the person not to share. I don't hoard. So I'm like, fine, I'll just have rice cakes and hummus again. So I came out probably very anemic and not healthy. But they also gave me green drinks in the diary room every day.
The thing about, I would never... I'm not.
Would you not open your house up or your life up to a reality show like that?
I don't think so. No, because I think if people saw, I'm a very, very private person, and the parts that I give away, even on this podcast, I was with PJ in New York recently, and I started to tell him a story, and he'd go, "Oh no, I heard this on the podcast," and I was like. I have sold every part of my life to, whether it's the podcast or the TV show or whatever, my Twitter feed or whatever. There's so much information out there. It's like, you know what? I got to keep some things. And, those moments I get up early in the morning. I do lots of things in the morning before I go to work.
Yes.
And I need that quiet time just to myself. It's just my mode of operation, So I probably would not. I definitely wouldn't do what you did in the Big Brother house.
I know you wouldn't.
I would.
I can't even get you on a cruise.
No. God, no. I couldn't. Being stuck somewhere.
I know how you are.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd kill to have you, and you'd make a whole lot of money. But you could make a whole lot of money touring and doing other things. You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But I went in. You know why I went in. We don't even need to relive that. But for me, I feel like if I can be as authentic, my authentic self, as much as I can in real life, then it wouldn't be a big deal. And it wasn't for me. I just kind of stayed me. I don't think I changed in any way.
Did you regret anything?
I don't like to live in regret, but if I regretted anything, it would be to not speak up more about because the things that I did speak up about didn't get shown. And I thought maybe if I did it more, it would have been shown. So I laid low during a lot of arguments because I felt like that's your argument, not my argument. Why am I? So maybe I should have gotten involved a little bit more that way. But I really don't regret it because it was just me being me. And we're all adults. If two 40-year-old people can't figure it out, what the fuck am I going to do?
Right. Are you still in touch with anybody?
I'm still in touch with Katie Price, still in touch with Callum, Cammie, Chloe, and Kavanaugh.
Cammie,
It's a lot of cuz.
Who's Callie?
Cammie, Chloe. Chloe's the cute little 21-year-old who got voted off like
Oh, I didn't see
first.
her. I didn't see her.
Beautiful girl. Her, Callum, the gorgeous one with the tattoos.
Oh, wait a minute.
Callum Best.
Oh, yeah.
Kavanaugh, the singer.
Oh, I like him.
Love him. And Katie Price. We all know Katie Price.
Yeah.
So I'm still in touch with them. All Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so
crazy.
those are the ones that I'm still in touch with. And it's great.
Now, I stayed away from reality TV for years. World of Wonder was after me a long time. After the VH1 show, they said, let's go out with a reality show.
And you didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it because at that time in the reality horizon, it felt mean-spirited to me, Well, and I didn't want to get into that.
It's still kind of...
It can be, yeah. But I think our show is very uplifting on Drag Race.
No, it's taking a turn, 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't even though ours is reality, it's reality competition.
That's right.
So therefore, it's different than cameras and the kids get to go to the hotel at night. They're not having the cameras, like in Big Brother where it's 24/7.
Yeah.
So our show has heart and positivity, and none of that negativity exists at all. You can control it that much better when it's reality-based, competition-based, and not just focused on your life.
Okay, yeah. Yo-lay-hee-ho! After this quick break.
Okay.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Making a website has never been easier. You can make a gorgeous website. Oh, yes, you can.
And you can too.
You can too. And you, and you, and
And
you,
you
and
too.
you, and you, and you.
You're right there with the curly hair.
Uh-huh. It's so easy. You could do it in minutes using Squarespace's beautiful templates and their simplistic drag and drop platform. Honey, I built a career on that drag and drop. Yes.
Still going.
Yes, ma'am. When you're ready to purchase a plan, get 10% off with the offer code RU. That's squarespace.com, offer code RU. Oh, girl, somebody pass me them curly clips over there.
Right here.
Girl, I want to fix my hair because I love these curly clips. Now, curly clips are hair extensions that are clip-ins.
Yes.
It's as easy as that. And they're human hair. Of course, they're designed for people with curly textured or afro textured hair.
They're so soft.
So soft. The quality is amazing. Now, Lana Boone is a person who has created this line of hair extensions. Has made it so easy to put this in your hair. Honey, pass me them curly clips right there, girl, because I'm going to change my hairdo right now.
Okay, as long as you don't dunk them in ketchup because you sound hungry.
They do sound delicious, don't they?
I
love
some curly clips with cheese, please.
Well, you will not go wrong by going to curlyclips.com and using the promo code RU. Child, you will save $10 toward any Curly Clips purchase.
That's Curly Clips with a K.
What's the tea, Michelle Visage?
Oh, I got plenty.
I'm sure you do. You know, I've been taking the allergy medication because of the, my allergies are popping. It wasn't until 10 years ago I started getting allergies.
I've always remembered you with some sort of allergy situation.
Really?
Yeah, even though, 10 years.
Oh, that was when I was probably smoking weed.
Maybe I just assumed, she's got allergies.
Yeah.
Her eyes are red again.
Because if you remember, when we were doing KTU.
Radio, New York City.
New York City,
yeah.
I don't know what year was that. Was it 20
96,
years ago? 20 years ago, Michelle. 20?
Shut
20.
the front door
20
now.
years ago. 20 years ago.
RuPaul Andre Charles.
Yeah.
February 6th.
Yeah, I remember. That's when I couldn't sleep at night. I was still, now I go to bed at 8:30, right after Matlock.
All right, Granny.
Yeah, that's right. But back then, I would stay up all night and party all night and then go to work in the morning.
Yes.
Because that's the only way I knew how to do it.
Well, also, we got picked up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning. We had to prepare for the radio at 5.
Yep.
And then we were on the air at 6.
6.
Yes, from 6 to 10.
But let's just preface this by saying we didn't have the interwebs.
Right.
There was one computer, and it was for the guy who was running the board.
Yes.
So I would have to go every Thursday night and get the brand new Inquirer, Star, Sun, and literally by the following week, the day before, I was down to stories about lost dogs, and because there was nothing else to talk about. I've done celebrity stories about people I don't give a shit about, but I was like, it looks like Salma Hayek lost her dog. Like, this is what I was down to.
Oh, did they ever find Fluffy?
I'm sure they did. If not, a billionaire man could buy a few of them.
Well, back
so
then.
The point is, it's a lot quicker to do, and you could do it the night before now, even.
Sure, you could do it as you're recording the show.
Real time. That didn't exist in 1996, y'all.
No, we had to get there very early, and I couldn't sleep then, and I would be out all night smoking weed.
Are you still a crappy sleeper?
No. This is the truth. All I need is 4 hours, 5 hours. Sometimes
I don't buy it.
No, it's true.
It's so unhealthy. I know that's how you exist.
Yeah.
But it's so unhealthy.
You know what I'll do if I'm like during the wintertime? I will sometimes take naps.
You're hibernating.
Or it's my hibernation.
Yeah.
So I will sleep a little bit longer in the wintertime.
Right.
But normally I'm 6 hours,
I know how you are.
Yeah.
I'm a full 8-hour girl myself.
I don't know how you do that. How do you find the time to do that?
If I could have 10, I would take 10. And the more studies that come out, the more they're saying 8.
Yeah.
If you're not even at the least giving yourself 8, you are doing yourself a disservice and cancer is growing in you right now.
I don't know.
Did you hear me?
I did.
Okay.
What person on earth has time to sleep 8 hours a night? If you have children, you have a job.
I got both.
Yeah, yeah.
And a man.
And a
who's
man.
poking it in my back every night.
Yeah, yeah. Just do it while I'm
Just do it while I'm out. Wake me when you're done. I guess you'll be the only one having fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these studies are talking about in real time, in real life.
I do it.
You know?
I make myself do it. Even when David's downstairs addicted to his Xbox One.
How do you get to see TV shows and stuff?
It's called the internet. And literally, you're going to make fun of me. I'm such a multitasker, Virgo woman.
Yeah.
I'll be cooking or putting together breakfast for the girls and then making their lunches while catching up on all my shows on the computer.
Right.
It's just the easiest way for me. So I watch UK TV on computer.
Yeah.
I watch movies. Like everything can be done on my computer. And then if I can't, I fly so much that I'm constantly just stockpiling stuff.
Right.
And I get it all in on the plane or on my computer. And there's so many times where I'm sitting doing my makeup for 2 hours. What am I doing? Well, I'm going to watch Rain on the CW. That's what I'm doing. You know, I get into stuff like that.
Well, my real allergies, when I had to start taking like Claritin and all those kind of things, was about 10 years ago. And this
out here.
Out here, yes, in Los Angeles,
that's
right?
Where we live.
That's when it really started.
Which is weird because I know there's a lot of smog here and people get a lot of allergies here in Los Angeles, but you live really close to the Hudson, and I'm surprised the beautiful non-smog air of the Henry Hudson Freeway is not bothering you.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line is, I have to take stuff for it. I have to take stuff.
Do you feel a difference?
I do. I do. Because there's a certain heaviness, and it's hard to describe the feeling. Because what happens is, I think, wait a minute, do I have a cold? Did I catch the flu? And they go, oh, I know.
Are they similar?
There's sometimes I'll get a little achy and a little weak. There's a heaviness in my head, and I go, oh, it's the allergies.
Have you ever tried the natural remedies, the pellets and the nasal sprays and stuff like that?
No, what I will do is I'll use that sinus rinse in the shower, which I hate doing.
Neti pot?
Not the neti pot, the other one, sinus rinse, the bottle that you squeeze.
Like
the
a
water.
nose douche?
Yes. You squeeze it up into your nose cavity, and it's horrible. But you know what? That shit works.
I can't think of anything where I would do an anal douche before I did a nose douche. I have such a fear of boogers. Didn't I ever tell this story or no?
No,
Stop me if I did.
I would like to stop you now. You've already said the B word.
I can't. Even when I was giving birth, I was like, I can wipe butts, vomit I can deal with.
Yeah.
It's the mucus,
for your child,
for my children.
Yes,
and just the thought of using the bulb syringe to.
Yeah. Okay.
I just have issues with boogers and air hankies.
You said the B word twice.
I'm sorry. I can say that. It feels like it's less lethal when I say that word because it's like childish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't deal with it.
Yeah,
no,
I hear
you can do that nose thing. I could never.
I do it because I have to do it. By the time I get to the sinus rinse thing, it's because I'm at that place. I'm just if there was an anal option, I would do it. Yeah, but
you can always chug cough syrup through your anus.
Well, there's an idea.
Did you hear about that?
No.
That's the new craze in colleges.
So they're not doing slizup. What's it called?
Scissorp.
They're not doing scissorp anymore.
So the girls are like doing handstands against the wall at keg parties, and the friends inserting like the scissorp or the cough syrup in her anus because it goes into their bloodstream quicker, and they get effed up.
Oh, that's cute.
Let's get this party started. Where's the Robitussin?
do you have to stay upside down for the rest of the night?
Isn't it good? No, you don't have to walk around on your hands all night. I think once it's in there and it's got up good, it's they used to say, your best friend hold your hair when you puke.
Yes.
Now your best friend pulls your G-string away from your anus and inserts the Dimetap so you can get drunk. the triaminical.
Well, we did lots of things to get a little buzz, and we talked about it. You've done whippets, didn't you?
I've done whippets with the whipped cream.
It's the sort of. Tell them what it is.
Well, we called whippets with whipped cream. You took the whipped cream.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. Yeah. It's the same stuff. I don't know the technical.
The benefit of a whippet with whipped cream is you can have the whipped cream first.
Yes.
And then when you're done with it, not all, it has to be left in.
Yeah.
Like when you go, all right, I had half a can, that was enough. Sure. Then you can.
Half a can's my limit.
Listen, I was a bulimic. Half a can was my limit. It's done. Half a can, done. Then you can use whippet on the end of it. And it's like, oh my God, I had whipped cream and now I'm high. But the high lasted 2 seconds.
Yes, it's very short.
It was
It's
like a
very
popper.
short. It's like a popper. I don't know what probably the Whippets have wiped out my memory of what you call that stuff. But we used to get it at the
It's
Hudson
like nitrous
bookstore.
oxide, isn't it? Like
something like something. It's got
like
one of those
blah,
things.
blah, blah, yeah.
We used to get it at the Hudson
Bookstore?
Yes, it used to be. It was at the corner of Hudson and Christopher for years. Now it's a Brooklyn Industries store. You know, the store.
The clothes store?
Yeah, the clothes store.
Yeah.
We used to stop the cab there. Someone would run into the bookstore, Hudson bookstore, and get the stuff and get back in the cab. And we'd go on up to wherever we were going.
And just do whippets.
Yeah. And other things.
I just did it, the gluttonous foodie way.
Yeah.
With a dairy product. I mean.
Yeah. But the thing about the allergies is that the longer you live, the more chances you have that, things are going to come up. Things you develop, allergies to things. Your body changes every 7 years,
Yeah. And then there's the whole eating right and nutrition and moving your body and all that.
Well, George said I should go to Pavilions and get some local honey.
Okay, not only is he right on there, but the real answer here, and this is from Vegan Girl, is Manuca Honey.
What did you call me?
I called you Manuca bitch, and hear me loud and proud, because Manuca is going to be your best friend. I told you, I think on a podcast before, I'm giving you a drag name. Manuca Honey, I'm handing you.
I think I went to high school with her.
Of
I'm pretty
course
sure
you did.
I went to high school with Manuca Jackson.
The higher it's not like pH, but it's called something. It's like there's a plus after it.
Right.
The higher the number. For a jar of Manuca Honey, it's $75 for the highest.
Get out.
Not kidding. But
$75.
Girl, it heals from the outside in. You could put it on cuts, burns. You take it when you have a cold. It is the healer. Manuca Honey. I'm getting them. I'm buying cough drops for my daughter tonight because she's got a sore throat. She can't even talk. That's how bad it is. Manuca Honey drops. Instantly.
It's like the Benny Hinn of honeys.
It is unreal.
Do you know who Benny Hinn is?
I know who Benny Hanna is.
No, I may be saying it wrong. He's the healer on the Christian broadcasting. Benny Hinn.
I don't watch Christian broadcasting.
Well, sometimes you flip by there.
Crouch.
Yeah. He's looking it up right now. Anyway, so I've been taking the Claritin.
Yeah.
But you know what? I get the Safeway brand. I can afford Claritin, but why pay the extra few dollars? It's the same thing.
Same ingredients. Read the box.
Same ingredients. Read the box. I'm sure it's the exact same company who makes the Claritin, makes the...
that wouldn't surprise me. I think they do that all the time.
They do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's a company, that shoe manufacturer in Italy who makes everyone's shoes.
Yeah.
They're the company. They're the manufacturer.
Yeah, they even do like Louboutin and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. They do everybody's shoes.
Benny Hinn.
Ooh, Benny Hinn. Well, he's one of those.
Heal me, Benny Hinn.
He's one of the ones who he'll lay hands on you and do that.
I'll lay hands on you. You want it?
Okay, yeah, oh, yeah.
All right.
So anyway, I wanted to talk about the Oscars, which have been announced at this point.
Yep.
But I got to see all of the movies.
Everyone?
I didn't see
No, you
Room.
didn't see Room yet.
I didn't see Room.
And I saw Room.
And what's it about?
Room is it? Well, you want me to give it to you in a nutshell?
Give me in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, it's about a woman who was abducted when she was a young girl. The man asked her to help her find her sick puppy. You know that story.
Oh yes,
that old chestnut.
Yeah.
She says okay, and he abducts her and keeps her in a garden shed for 7 years.
Oh dear.
Whilst in this garden shed, she has his baby.
Oh no.
So it's her and this baby, and he has the doot lock on the door, and he's gone all day. So it's her and this baby in this shed with a toilet and a sink and a stove, and he comes home at night to get what's rightfully his, and the baby goes in a wardrobe every night, and the kid's 5 in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's the story. I'm not going to do any spoilers. So it's the story of what happens in what they call Room.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a story on either TLC or one of those AMC, one of them, where this woman recounts her story like that.
I can't.
Can you imagine?
No, you can't. And that's what I came to Brie Larson. How do you research this world? You can read, but it's like you can't put your mind in that situation. I mean, you can guess, but it's one of those movies where first of all, that 5-year-old kid, I don't know how old he really is, but he is a work of art. And if Hush Puppy could win for the other one, Call of the Wild, whatever it was, this boy needs to be like really revered for his work in this
Who
movie.
are you talking about, Hush Puppy? You mean the Beast of Southern
That
Wild?
one.
That little girl?
Yeah.
Quizanka Quanka.
Her. Kwazaka Kwanka won an Oscar.
She didn't win no Oscar.
She was
nominated.
win it? Okay, nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. Now, first of all,
Annie.
people are gonna call me
Quavangene.
People gonna call me racist for saying Quizanka Quanka, but I cannot pronounce
Look,
her
when
name.
your name starts with a Q, you're fucked. Isn't it? Quavangene
You
Willis?
said it right. That's
Quavangene.
right. Yeah. But see, I can't say. I'm
Listen,
not being
you
racist.
can't even say my daughter's name.
I
so,
can't.
no.
I can't. But
it's not racist.
it's
Stop
not. It's
it.
not. I'm
No.
being saying it with love. In fact, I saw her at one of them award show, and we got to shake hands and make.
Well, that makes
friends
everything
and
better,
everything,
yes.
you know. But we did that.
She was nominated. Okay, she didn't win, but she was nominated.
And she should have won because she was so good in it.
So good, but the point is, this little boy is just as good.
Wow.
But it's that movie.
How do kids do that?
I don't fucking know.
It's
I walked away
crazy.
from that movie finding myself envious. I think how kids do it. I don't know how I memorize
You
the
wanted
lines.
to ruin that kid's career, don't you?
I want to sabotage him. But I walked away from that movie going, he's able to do it because
Yeah.
he hasn't gotten into the shit of
Right.
the world yet. That's
Yeah.
how he's able to do it. I don't know how he's able to memorize
Yeah.
his lines, but how he was able to do that was because he's not tainted.
Right.
We are tainted.
Yeah. Well, that's
So,
entertainment right there.
it is indeed.
That's-
But when you watch that movie, for me, entering into his next phase of my life, wanting to be a really good actor, I put it aside and haven't looked at it in many years. Bringing it back to the forefront, I left going, I want to be able to do that.
Right.
Of course, we all do. But there's such a hunger in me now. I want
You
to be
can do
able
that.
to do what Brie Larson did.
The key is unlocking that area that you have used to block that. Everyone can do it.
Yeah.
But I think as you get older, you end up blocking or having a shame or a judgment against showing that part.
100%.
And I've said this to this one here, our
All
producer.
judgment. All judgment.
Years ago, through many years of therapy, I may have said this here, all of my therapy leads to one moment in my life, which is being left, waiting for my father on the front porch, his weekend with me, to spend time with me, and me sitting on that porch and him not showing up.
Right.
It defined my life.
Right.
And another point, and this is another point with my parents, was they pitted us kids against one another.
Big mistake.
So we had to be able to keep secrets. So I had to look at the situation and go, you can say this, don't say that.
Right.
So I was guarded the whole time.
complex for a
but see,
kid.
that's the it's so called. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
So in acting, to be able to bring your emotions up, or first of all, let me just go back and say the porch storyline. I learned. It was so traumatic to
can
me.
I ask
I
you-
learned to push it down and
Of
to
course.
not react to it
Suppression.
because I didn't want him to feel bad about my feelings.
But was your mother there to pick you up?
She was not. That worked in her favor as her campaign against my father.
So see what your daddy did to
They
you?
both did. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they both pitted me. So it left me in a place where I feel uncomfortable bringing my true feelings up. It said, push the feelings down.
Right.
And that trauma, it was so traumatic.
Of course.
Because it wasn't important enough. Whatever he was chasing hoes.
How old were you?
I was 7.
Okay, in that moment.
6 and 7.
In that moment, were you sitting there waiting
All day.
thinking, my dad doesn't want to be with me, my dad doesn't love me, I'm not good enough? What was going through your head?
All of the above.
Really? Even at
Absolute.
7?
Because I knew that it was his weekend. He worked during the week. Whatever he was doing, he was partying. He was having fun, and I was not worth that. So
You knew that you weren't, the word worth, you knew at that age.
I did.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I certainly did.
That's amazing.
And so, all of what I have to, years of therapy, for me to work through that, I always go back to that little boy on the porch.
Okay.
That is my benchmark that's what I've had to work through. In some ways, it's been great because I've worked to prove myself to him. Even though he's a hillbilly, he really doesn't matter.
Right. But you don't know that at
I
the
didn't know that
time,
then.
right?
But it propelled me to be successful in my ambition. At the same time, holding on to that idea that I'm still that little boy on the porch. The truth is, if I want to be as a good an actor, I have to be able to bring up all of those feelings and not put judgment on them, and to be able to do them take after take in a room full of people
And feel safe.
and not have a judgment against me just losing it.
Are you able to do that?
No.
Yeah.
I am not.
I don't think I am either, but I would love to get to the point. I'm not even at that point where I can say, this is the moment. I can guess that
Do you
it's the
have
moment.
that moment?
No. I think that moment, I think I could get there with that moment is the thought of my mother having me. When you give a child up for adoption, you're not supposed to see the child, right? Because then there's a bond.
Yeah.
You're not, and they made a mistake and brought me in to my mother. And they said, do you want to feed her? And she was like, she's not supposed to be in here. So she actually fed me my first feeding.
Oh, dear.
And then had to give me away.
Yeah.
So I guess if I really think about that, I can go there with that. It's the thought of not being wanted, but being wanted. So there's a conflict because I know that my mother wanted me, but couldn't. She gave me up for the love of me. So I don't have that sitting on the porch moment, but it is a moment of why was I not good enough? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the obvious place to go with it.
That's the only obvious place because I was raised in a home that, look, we had our ups and downs. We had our spankings and my parents weren't perfect. But in the upbringing that I would have had in the trailer, with my mother that gave me up, with a father who wasn't present. It was the most amazing life. And maybe that life with my mother in the trailer would have been great as well. My sisters are fabulous. So that's the only place that I can pinpoint and say, this is where the hurt began.
Sure. That's enough.
That's in your utero. It could go, and you could say, my mother, the whole time she was pregnant with me, knew she was giving me up.
Right.
It can go to utero.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you crazy?
That shit is deep.
You can feel that. I mean, you can feel what's happening. And
of course.
And that's part of the sensory genius that those kids who are actors, they intuitively have that ability to put themselves and to bring their feelings forward. But to be in a situation where you can feel safe enough to not judge whatever feelings come up. That's pretty amazing.
That's the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And it's rare. It's rare. That's when we get a Sean Penn.
Yeah.
That's when we get a Kate Blanchett. That's when we get these Meryl Streep, these amazing actors who you could watch over and over. And you don't care. Here's the irony of it all. In my opinion, you probably agree because we're the same person. This is where this young Hollywood thing, you look at those moments with these real true actors, not to take anything away from young Hollywood, they're fabulous. It's when you realize this is not about what the outside looks like at all. It's about the performance you're giving. Yeah. And it transcends beauty. It transcends handsome. It transcends Botox. It's what you're giving us is so raw and real. That's what makes me want to be an actor. That's what makes me want to do what they're doing. And all my life, it's always been like comedy. I want to do comedy. I'm funny. I want to do comedy. But really, maybe I want to crack at some fucking drama.
Well, but when we've talked, if you get your face lifted, you can't do that. No, it's true. Because
it takes the reality away.
Well, because a person who has had a facelift, you can't play a poor person, and you can't play.
What if it's a good facelift?
If it's a good face, you're going to look like a rich person. You're going to look like
Erica Kane or Deirdre Hall.
No, you're still. You've never seen them play hillbillies. A hillbilly mama she couldn't play that role.
Charlize Theron,
abducted somewhere. Because
nobody's gonna believe it.
Yeah. As gorgeous as Jane Fonda looks. Yes. There are certain roles she can't play. I saw that movie Rikki the Flash, and I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about Oscar movies in a minute, though. But Meryl Streep was actually too old for the role. Who would have been really good, but she's also
Goldie
too
Hawn?
old for the role. Is Cher would have been perfect, but Cher
Why
can't.
are they all the same
Cher
age?
can't play. She's too old for the role. But the fact that Cher can really sing. Let me just say this: you can't play a normal, regular person if you have a facelift and if you have all fake teeth.
So do you think that's why? But Meryl Streep, has she been lifted?
She's not been lifted.
No, yeah.
So she was perfect. Her voice isn't as good as Cher's, and it's
different than
she's
Cher's.
Too old. And this is not sexist. I'm just talking about
I hear what you're saying.
For the script and everything. And it's the wrong age because the person in this movie. The woman leaves her family behind to pursue a rock and roll career.
And is that Dr. Noah Drake, Rick Springfield? He's in that.
Yes, he's in it.
Yeah.
And you could see he's got his eyes done
surgery.
in it. Yeah,
he needed them though. He had those heavy lids.
He had those heavy lids.
Yeah.
But anyway,
the irony is sidebar.
Yeah.
Rikki the Flash. I go, oh my god, that girl looks just like Meryl Streep. That was incredible casting. Somebody goes, yeah, that's her daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, she's a good actress. That one.
She is good. The characters though are. it's too old for what the story is. I don't know how to explain this. For a woman to leave her kids behind, that would have been about probably around 36.
Supposed to be like Janis Joplin type of.
No, she
not even.
She, first of all, Love Meryl Streep movie's not that great.
Look, when I saw the trailer, I was literally like, is this like I thought I was being punked?
Yeah.
I never thought she'd make a film like that. But you know what? Who are we to judge? Because sometimes going out of your comfort zone is what you need to do. And
yeah.
It is. She did it, and it's done.
Listen, she's excellent in everything she does.
Everything.
But the character is. Don't get me started. The character is anti-Obama. And people are going to hate me.
It's just not believable. They're not going to hate you. This is your opinion. It's a fucking movie.
The character doesn't make sense.
If people were going to be angry, they would have seen the movie. It made $5.
Yeah.
So let's be honest.
We're going to talk movies, and we're going to take a break right now. But we're going to talk Oscar movies. We're going to talk about acting classes.
Yes.
And yes, Queen.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm such a gay man. I've got to stop.
But we're going to take a break now, and we'll be right back. Hey, let's talk about Squarespace. I just love it. Making a website has never been easier. And you guys let us know that you are using this service and it's working so well for you. You've sent us emails at RuPaulPodcast@gmail.com, and I just love these stories. Making a website has never been easier than with Squarespace. What email do you have over there now, Michelle?
I have a great email. Actually, this is a really good one about how fabulous Squarespace customer service is.
Oh, I love to hear that.
And this is for Laura, and she uses one of my favorite words. Ready? Mm-hmm. Love the show. It makes me laugh out loud as I cycle to work these rainy autumnal mornings.
What is autumnal mean? Let me guess.
Okay.
Is that something to do with autumn?
Yes!
Okay.
Having to do with or around autumn.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't it a beautiful word?
I do. I love it.
Love the English language. Anyway, she's in Copenhagen, hence the bicycle.
Yes.
A good thing, but sometimes I wonder what people think about me. But screw them. I love it. Love her sense of humor. Anyway, I'm a user of Squarespace, and I'm always amazed by their support team. I've asked some pretty stupid questions in the past and had to resort to taking screenshots and drawing on them with paint, trying to explain what I'm talking about.
Oh, that works.
It clearly does for Squarespace, because she said they always understand what I'm trying to say, always solve my problem, always sound happy and pleased to help while they bash their heads against the wall. I love them. Anyway, that's it. Can't wait for more Laugh Out Loud mornings. Love, Laura. And she's just said finding the support for this, like a great tech company, is incredibly rare, and she's so grateful to their customer service. And I have to agree, you know how hard it is to find some good customer service?
You're absolutely right.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It does at Squarespace.
It does at Squarespace. They help the Danish girl. They can help you also.
She's a lot more help than Squarespace.
Oh boy. Now, when you're ready to purchase plan, get 10% off with the offer code RU. That's squarespace.com. Offer code RU. Guys, it has never been easier than going to Squarespace to make yourself a website. You heard it here from our friend in Denmark. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Fabulous. Go on over there. Tell them Ru sent you.
Get going now.
All right, we are back. This is our Oscar special.
I know. I feel so Barbara Walters.
I saw all of the movies except for Room. And what's the movie Kristen Stewart is in?
She's in a movie?
She's in a movie.
Twilight.
No. No, she's in a movie that she's gotten really good reviews
Actually,
for.
she has. I just don't know what it's called, and I haven't seen it. But let's talk about the Hateful Eight.
I love the Hateful Eight.
Listen, I'm going to be so embarrassed right now to admit this. I don't know if I've ever seen a Tarantino movie. I've seen one other. I never saw Kill Bill.
You never saw
I never saw Reservoir Dogs.
Django
I did not see Django Unchained.
You never saw the Bastards, Inglourious Bastards.
I never saw Inglourious Bastards.
Wow.
I saw one other one, and I can't remember what it was. But this one I love so much, I'm going to have to go back and watch the whole catalog.
He did The Usual Suspects. He just wrote the script.
I saw that one.
Yeah. He just wrote
But
the
that
script
wasn't
for
him,
that.
was it?
Yeah.
Kaiser Soze?
He wrote the script for that.
He
I
didn't
may be
direct
wrong, but he didn't direct it.
Well, we'll research that. But
Yeah.
I did see that one, and I loved that one.
I love The Hateful Eight. I love that dialogue there.
And one of my favorite actresses of all time, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Right.
And the reason I loved her, I mean, Exit to Brooklyn. I mean, the reason I loved her, single white female, is she has done pop culture movies.
Yep.
To these crazy off the beaten path movies.
Indie things, yeah.
There's nothing Like, I love her so much. She's one of the ones, I used to love Bridget Fonda too.
Yeah, right.
I just don't know. I used to love Jennifer Tilly. Do you remember Jennifer Tilly?
Yeah.
She was one who would bare her soul too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been drawn to odd, Tilda Swinton, like odd actresses. Yes, the pretty ones are fun to look at and fun to watch. The Kate Winslets, and they're amazing actors. But I'm always drawn to the ones that are like willing to get ugly.
Sure. No, that's what resonates with the human spirit. That's when we can see ourselves because, it's not just all about the fantasy world.
No.
But I actually, over the winter break, I got to see every single movie, all of the screeners and stuff. And let me just quickly run through my top 10. And I don't know if I have 10 here, but I'm probably forgetting some. But I have Inside Out as my number one film of the year.
I totally couldn't agree with you.
It's the most important film of the year.
It's a message.
Of 2015.
Yes.
And then I loved Brooklyn. I thought it was fantastic.
Haven't seen it yet, dying.
Loved Carol. I loved that movie.
And I just think, we know how gorgeous Kate Blanchett is, but Rooney Mara is so beautiful, and she's so vulnerable and naive in this movie. It was just so beautifully played.
And Todd, what's his name? Todd Salon. He's the guy who does all those gorgeous. I can't.
I know who you're talking about.
Todd Salons. The brain, the whippets have just gotten in there.
That's what happens when you do dairy products.
And then, I loved Mad Max.
I didn't see it, but
it's so good.
Do you know I never saw the original?
Oh my God, it's so good. My whole '80s fashion was based on Mad Max and Soul Train.
I only know quotes. That's a great combo.
Yeah, Mad Max and Soul Train.
I just want to sidebar for a moment with Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes because I think he's one of the most genius comics there is.
He's so funny.
My favorite moment of the whole night was when the credits were running at the end. He goes, "And from myself and Mel Gibson, shalom." It's my favorite moment of the whole night, and barely anybody caught it.
You gotta love a pisser, right?
I mean, he's a pisser. You talk about irreverent?
Yeah.
Ricky Gervais. Okay, carry on.
Loved The Revenant, speaking of irreverent.
Right.
I loved Sicario because of Benicio del Toro.
Do you love him?
Brilliant.
He's one of those ones that'll get ugly.
He'll get ugly.
Yeah.
He's like Brando.
Yes,
he gets in there, and he's subtle and beautiful.
And can we talk about just for one hot second, really quick second, because I watched Guys and Dolls again on the plane because there was nothing left to watch.
Right.
I mean, I didn't realize how great Brando was in that film.
Yeah.
I mean, what a looker.
Yes,
Queen. He was hot stuff, Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Like the On the Waterfront stuff and Guys and Dolls. He was a piece of ass.
Yes, he was. And speaking of ass, he had a cute package back there.
He had all that going on.
He's Italian.
He had
all that going on.
Sinatra, too. I mean, I could break him over one knee.
Yeah.
But he was so, Sinatra had it, man.
Hey, you know what? I've had a big Sinatra resurgence.
Come on over my house, honey. You and Lily. That's her idol.
He is so good.
It's his phrasing, the thing with Sinatra.
Yep.
It's not just, it's his phrasing. Yep. It's not just, yes, everybody can sing Tony Bennett, Mel Torme, but it's, when you listen, because I listen secondhand through Lily.
Right.
It's when I go, oh my God.
Yeah. Brilliant.
She loves him. She loves Rudy Valley. All those ones. I have stuff that I don't.
Steve Lawrence. You like Steve Lawrence?
No, but her favorite besides Sinatra is Bing Crosby.
Oh yeah, he's brilliant. Brilliant.
Best moment. I'm not going to name names because I'll embarrass them. But she was tweeting and somebody said, "Yeah, but he's doing himself a disservice, with all this rape stuff now." And Lily goes, "Do you mean Bill Cosby?" And the poor girl was like, "Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed." She's like, "Bing is dead."
Oh dear.
She loves Bing. That's her favorite besides Frank.
Oh, the voice is just so beautiful.
Magical.
It's really magical. Really
People
magical.
don't know, but to fall in love with Sinatra, I totally 100% understand.
Oh, I love it so much.
All right, carry on.
And then I have 99 Homes.
And Montgomery Clift. I'm obsessed with Montgomery Clift.
He's so beautiful.
Obsessed.
In the movie Suddenly Last Summer,
yes,
they wouldn't insure him to be in the movie because he was such a mess at that point.
Yes.
And both Elizabeth Taylor and Katharine Hepburn put up their salaries as collateral
they were very close
to put him in the movie.
Yes.
But there are scenes when he's in that movie where he's standing still and he's wobbling.
Wobbling?
Yeah.
But he did have
He had a car accident.
Yeah, so he wasn't right since then.
He wasn't right since then. And there was a little
the gay
alcohol.
Thing
there's lots of things going on there.
Yes, okay, now, 99 Homes.
99 Homes. And that brilliant actor, Michael Shannon, who is just fantastic. He should be nominated for Best Actor for that. He's brilliant. In fact, let me go back. And for Brooklyn, that
Shershay? How do you say it?
It's Shersha. Saoirse
It's Gaelic.
Ronan.
Saoirse Ronan. Okay.
Saoirse Ronan, that's it.
I look at Saoirse.
Yeah, Saoirse.
Right.
Yeah. She's got to be nominated for that. But 99 Homes, 45 years.
There's a lot of numbers.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah.
45 years. Hateful Eight. In fact, a friend of mine.
99 Homes.
99 Homes. A friend of mine, after he saw the blowjob
13
scene
hours.
in 13 hours.
Okay.
The blowjob scene in Hateful Eight renamed it the Hateful 8 Inches.
Oh my God, that's amazing!
Now, you saw Hateful Eight, right? Yes. The Revenant. I like Chirac, the Spike Lee film. It's not perfect. It's actually, there's a big flaw in it. But I enjoyed it so much.
Did you?
Yeah, the Spike Lee film.
I just like his vision. I always did. It was creative and different and artsy.
Yeah. Have you seen, how many of the this last year's movies have you seen? You saw Room.
I saw Room.
Yeah.
I saw Carol.
Yeah.
I saw Hateful Eight.
Oh my God, this guy Ethan Cohen, who is in, I think his name is Ethan Cohen. He's in Brooklyn. He's playing an Italian. Of course, he's Jewish,
Right.
but
What says Jew about Ethan Cohen?
Right, exactly. Oh my God, girl.
So hot?
He is just exquisite in that sort of New York way. You know, New York guys who are gorgeous, who don't act like or don't know they're gorgeous.
It's the kind of guy that you like.
You see the guy on the L train and you look over and you go, oh my God, you have no idea how gorgeous you are.
Which makes him even more
beautiful.
more gorgeous. Well, my man is in The Revenant. And I think Leo's quite handsome myself.
Yeah. I still see him as a boy, though.
That's the problem. Because seeing him on Family Ties or was that?
No. Growing Pains.
Yeah. Seeing him on that, like, he'll always be the runaway kid in my head. But he's still grown into a sexy man. There's something about him.
Yeah.
He's charming and you know, something about him. But Tom Hardy's in that movie.
Tom Hardy's fantastic.
Girl, what I wouldn't give for a leg of lamb.
Those lips.
Ooh!
Yeah.
That's right there. I'm going to say that's my cup of tea, but that's everybody's cup of tea. There's nobody that would kick him out of bed.
Well, yeah.
Don't.
No, I hear you. I wish he were, a foot taller.
Is
that
he
would
short?
be nice. I think so, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
So.
I saw him. Actually, he was working a lot. I saw him in that movie Legend.
Did you see the one about the Cray brothers?
That's it.
Is it called Legend?
Legend.
Okay.
I don't want to see another gangster film.
I've
seen enough.
Yeah, but I am not a Western fan, and I fell in love with the Hateful Eight.
that was good. That was really good.
I mean, it was. I can't even scream enough.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this: I thoroughly enjoyed Star Wars. Thoroughly enjoyed Star Wars.
I didn't see it, but I will see it. I want to see Sisters too.
You do?
I certainly do.
Listen, it's so bad. You could even tell from the promo.
You saw it.
No, but when I saw it, I love both of them. I bought both of their books. I support Amy Poehler and Tina Fey implicitly. I love Parks and Rec. Lola, my youngest daughter, is obsessed with Parks and Rec, has watched the series over and over. But the thing is, it's Romeo and Michelle without the good stuff. You could tell that they put the best jokes.
But you haven't seen it.
I can tell you when those are the jokes used in the trailer, that it's gonna suck.
I'm willing to take that.
Funny.
I'm willing to take that chance.
You know when I'll take that chance? On the airplane.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly where we'll see it. Exactly. So now, in terms of acting, and we talked about acting class and being able to bring that stuff up. I know that you're with a new agency.
Yes, thank
You're going
God.
out on auditions.
Oh
and
my
stuff.
God! Talk about scary. Because you got to let all that stuff down of who the public thinks you are. And mind you, the public for me is the gay world. And
that's not true. We have lots of people around the world who are not gay who watch Drag Race.
The LGBTQ community is it's my microcosm. It's who I cater to. And hit the mic there.
You're catering now?
I am catering on the side. So for me, it's walking into these auditions going, you may know me, you may not know me.
Right.
But if you do know me, you know me as one thing.
Right.
So it's my goal for them to see me as something else.
Yeah.
If they want me to be that, who I am on RuPaul's Drag Race, I'm honored. That's a heightened version of who I am and a little meaner and colder. But for me, in reality, I want to be able to be whoever they need. I want to be... Leah Remini gave me a great piece of advice. She said, listen, casting directors are not excited about having to fill this. So here it is. When you walk in the door, they have a job to do the same way you want to get that job. Their job is to find a solution to fix their problem. Their problem is they need an actor for this role. So when you walk in that room, she goes, I firmly believe that they want you to be the solution. They don't want to keep going on and on.
Right.
They want you to be the answer.
Good advice.
It is great advice. So if you walk in there and you give the best that you can and you be the person, guaranteed you'll get either called back or, or they're going to remember you for something else, no matter what it is. Bring yourself to every role. And she said it was very, very important. She said, for her, when she goes on auditions, even though she's an actor, if they're looking for somebody who's not bringing that street edge, she's probably not going to be the choice.
Right.
But they can remember her for maybe another role in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know if she still goes to classes?
Not that I know of anymore, but she did for a very long time.
Right.
She did for a very long time.
Well, I just love the idea of finding your own voice. About when you see a comic on stage, and I think Amy Schumer said this about being directed by what's his name in Trainwreck.
40-year-old version guy, right?
At what's it?
Judd Apatow. Sorry.
Yeah. That he helped her discover her voice on film. And for a comic. Once you get up there, I've talked about this with Lady Bunny. Once she gets on stage,
who?
Lady Bunny.
Oh, I think I know her.
Yeah, she does this thing where you immediately understand the tone and where she's going to go.
100%
with her jokes.
Yeah,
and she could be as offensive as she wants to be but she's already set the tone to know it's all in good fun.
And she's going to dance after it anyway.
And she's going to dance. She's going to let you. But it's an interesting thing to find what your voice is.
Yeah.
And most young people who come into show business, they don't know that yet. And by the time they find what that voice is,
it's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. That's why classes are so important.
I agree.
I wish I could go to classes, not just even for work, just to be able to get in touch with my true voice, which I had squashed down for many years.
Do you think you still do squash it down?
I think to a certain degree. Listen, the thing is, when you are that kid in between two sparring parents, I become a shapeshifter into a chameleon, into whatever the situation calls for. I completely disregard what my true feelings are.
But I know you well. You know me very well. You see me, the stuff that I don't see, and I see stuff in you, the stuff that you don't see. I can totally see you in 12 Years a Slave. Or whatever that was, 7 years. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm fucking up the title. But I can see you in something that powerful and emotional.
Right.
You've done comedies and you've done a few dramas, but I think you have so much more to give in the drama realm.
I think I would love to do be a real sinister, mean thing. Because I've said this too about...
That I know you could do.
Well, see, about black folks in this country have been so sort of modified in,
please don't think that was racist that I brought up that movie.
Oh, please. Please. No.
I just was thinking of heavy drama.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the black experience in America has been to in my own thing. It's try to not make other people feel threatened. So a lot of times, I will smile when I don't necessarily feel like smiling
because of the color of your skin.
Because I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Because
really?
I can sense, because coming from where I come from, where my parents were at war, I could sense what the situation called for.
Right.
So I would lighten the situation. I would not play my own true, authentic voice in the situation. I would want to neutralize the situation.
But I still do that. You don't do it as much as I do it. To this day, I find myself neutralizing situations all the time. I'm always the mediator. You know that about me.
You can pick up what the frequency is in the room
instantly.
Yes,
but I always try to moderate. Like even in the Big Brother house, I'm always the one trying to go, okay, hold on. I was always that person, even when my kid, no matter what it is.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not sure as an actor, that's the opposite of what you want
completely
an actor do, because you want to see
you're stopping yourself.
Exactly. Yes. And that's why it's so hard to be around real actors, because you don't want to go on vacation with a real actor. Because they're playing their true emotions in that moment at all times.
Correct.
They're great to watch on camera, but not in real. You want someone who is level-headed, who can neutralize the situation, who's smooth sailing in real life.
I think Jennifer Lawrence just happens to be an anomaly. From what we see of her, we don't know really personally about her, but I think she's probably the coolest fucking chick on the planet. With that said, and such a talented actress.
Yes.
With that said, I think you're so spot on. I said to my husband the other day, I don't understand, or I think in order to be an actor of that caliber, Jim Carrey, even I think, is an incredible actor. That you have to be slightly Kaufman-esque, slightly insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why the greatest actors, not all of them, you guys, don't take it the wrong way.
Right.
Most people don't want to be around.
Yeah.
They have to hire people to be around them because they're so miserable.
Well, and those feelings have to be easily accessible. And, like I've said, mine are pushed so deep down inside. That it's going to take a lot to pull that.
If yours are at your booty, mine are at my ankles.
Okay. So that's why that's why classes and therapy and bringing all this stuff, it's where it's right there on the surface. That's why when you watch Geraldine Page, said it many times, it's dangerous, and Sandy Dennis, it's dangerous to watch them. You think, oh my, I have no idea what's going to come out of that woman's mouth. I don't know what she's going to do next.
No, it's true.
Because it's, we're talking, this is our Oscar special. We're talking about lots of things.
But I think that talking to people, I know we got to take a break, right?
Yeah.
But I think when we come back, we should talk about it because I think that the lesson in acting, even if you don't want to be an actor, it could be taken into real life.
Absolutely.
That's the importance of, for me, I want to grow. I'm sick. I feel so stagnant and I'm done. I've had enough. So now in order to get to that, I need to shed.
To bring that voice up. Yes. All right.
So maybe we'll talk about how to do that.
I love it. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Ciao. Love me some curly clips.
My favorite thing.
Yes, honey. These are gorgeous premium quality clip-ins for people with curly textured hair.
Or Afro-textured hair.
Absolutely. Not just women, but men want to use curly clips too.
Why not?
Why not?
Why can't men have patchy hair?
Why not? Patchy hair?
Like men sometimes will lose patches like that and they need to, these are great because they clip into your own hair. Yeah. See, I do terrible things with lace front wigs. I can't figure them out.
Yeah.
The glue gets all over. It's so obvious. I don't have no Matthew Anderson helping me. I don't have no Bianca Del Rio. So for me, I use clip-ins, and it's the way to go. And with curly clips, they are 100% human, the finest texture hair. They are so soft.
So soft.
And they're so easy to put in, you guys. And the cool thing is, what Lana did, the creator of the company, she has a YouTube channel that goes with your purchase of curly clips.
That's right.
And she tells you how to take care of it and how to do it.
That's right. Now, if you remember that curly clips is with a K, it's spelled with a K.
Yes.
You can go on YouTube and find out how to care for your curly clips. Hair extensions, which are so beautiful. Now, people are used to paying so much money.
$800, $1,000.
It just goes on and on and on. Then you have to wait around and you got to find parking. You got to drive there.
We don't validate.
We don't
validate.
No. Well, you don't need a validation if you get these curly clips. Now, just go to curlyclips.com and get $10 toward any curly clips purchase by using our offer code, which of course is RU. That's right. curlyclips.com/RU. You get $10 toward your purchase.
And don't forget, you guys, curly clips, curly with a K, clips with a K. The hair is 100% human. You can straighten it, dye it, braid it just as you would your own natural hair. And here's the real tea. Friends don't let friends buy bad weave.
Right.
Be a friend and tell a friend about curly clips hair. $10 toward any of your purchases. Go to curlyclips.com.
That's right, honey. It's unbelievable.
Holla.
All right, we're back. We're talking about bringing up all of that stuff, all of those feelings you have buried deep, deep, deep inside.
Yes.
And I think, Michelle, the thing is not putting a judgment on it. I think that's what we do is we see how other people see us, and then we squash it. On Big Brother this morning when I was watching, I saw the dark-headed girl who dated one of the One Directions. Stephanie. She was about to vote Winston off, but then she covered her face and said, "Oh, God, I hate doing this." The truth is, what she hated doing was how other people would see her.
And I'm going to add, and I'm not going to cut you off, but I need to add on this moment because having been in the Big Brother house, the funny thing is, as you know how I am, I don't give a shit what people think about me. But in that moment, I did.
Yeah.
Because
everybody's watching and you know
everybody's watching me, and it's like, do I have an excuse? Why am I being an awful person? Because I'm not an awful person. Yeah. So I felt not only was I being judged, I felt the pressure to get the right person or say whatever, because I'm looking you right in the face. I don't know you. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm voting you out because I don't like you.
Right.
Well, why don't you like me? You don't even know me.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest situation. And yes, you are being judged in that moment. But I have to stop, and you have to stop as actors and performers, both of us. We have to stop caring about any sort of judgment and stop protecting that part about our psyche.
I'm going to just add to that in the format, in the context of of actually acting.
Yes.
Now, in real life, on the subway, in the airport, you do have to be concerned with civility and what other people are doing in traffic and all that.
Yes.
But in the context of...
I don't mean being a crazy person.
In the context of acting or being in a performance situation where it calls for you to bring all this stuff up, then you have the excuse to do it. Actually, in reality TV, you have the excuse to go, I'm going to go there. I'm going to effing go there.
Yes, but to me, I buy it more as an actor. I don't buy it in reality TV. When I watch it on reality TV, I watch it as they just did that shit for the cameras. Yeah. I'm being honest because having lived it, right? Yeah. For me, when I see it as a script that has been written for somebody to reinterpret and walk a day in their shoes, you're creating a character. You're living in their skin, in their shoes. This character is created by you. Then I buy it a lot more. I buy it crazy a lot more because I don't think it's for the cameras.
I got to tell you, last night, as I do every night, I was watching Murder, She Wrote, a little show called Murder, She Wrote.
I think I've heard of it.
Been off the air for about 25 years. And this genius of a woman,
amen,
go by the name of Angela Lansbury.
Auntie Mame.
Yes. She does this one take where she picks up a newspaper, reads the headline. Her facial reaction to it said so many things. And then she put the paper down and left the shot. But in that moment, to be able to convey so much information from her body language.
With no words.
With no words. This woman, I had to rewind it to see exactly what she did. But the impetus was, it was a combination of understanding what she looks like on camera. But the true part of it was her voice was true. She literally felt what that reaction was. She wasn't lying.
No.
She was really feeling that.
Yes.
And coupled with understanding where the camera was, where the light was, putting those two things together.
And I'm going to say this from somebody who's a novice, even though, my work has been theater. But for me, in order to come across as believable, you have to cross this line. Because I feel like when I perform and I see myself perform on camera, it's like, oh my God, Michelle, it's like high school. That's so, like, I can see you doing what's on paper. You need to get to the next step and start incorporating what you're just saying right there is the reality of feeling it, really embodying.
Well, that's taking the judgment off of it. That's where you can really...
It's all ego, isn't it?
I think it is.
It's all based in ego.
It's absolutely ego. And in terms of therapy, how much therapy have you had?
I started therapy when I was 16 years old. And my most intense therapy was when I was 23, 24, 25, and 26. I went three times a week for 3 years.
Should we have said his name?
Oh, I don't care. Girl, please.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And then I stopped for a while, and I've been back and forth over the years.
You and Michael were seeing the same therapist,
yes, but at different times, not together. Different times.
That's kind of dangerous, though.
Not only is it dangerous, didn't I tell you this whole story? Did we talk about this? How we orchestrated the split up?
Right.
Yeah. So, but I went 3 times a week on my own there, wasted all my money on a shitty therapist in Jersey City, only to find a better one in New York City throughout the years, and then in New Jersey where I lived. And then in Florida, I had a wonderful therapist. So I have been going. I've been living here for the past 5 years, and I didn't have insurance, and then without money, you didn't do it. So here, I wouldn't even know where to start. My daughter has a great therapist. I do not. Right. I do not have a great therapist.
Well,
finding one is key.
It is key.
Yeah.
It's word of mouth and all that kind of stuff.
It.
You have to put that out there. But, I don't know. At this point in my life, I don't know if that window has closed.
Well, you did your time, baby.
I did my time in therapy, but I'm talking about being able to just reveal myself on camera.
I disagree. I know you like the back of my fucking hand. You have the same way you say this shit about me, that I know my voice and I should do stand up or I can fucking do drama. Yeah. I know about you. I know what you have in there. Don't let people just see you as supermodel of the world, laughing, teeth showing, legs up to your neck.
Well, you pay the bills.
And I'm not saying turn your back on her. There's so much more to you than her that you haven't even begun. People don't know RuPaul Andre Charles as an actor, even though everything you do is acting. Yeah. They don't know you as an actor. But you should start going out for that shit.
Well, but the thing that would interest me the most is to play a villain, and that's why I keep going back to.
I love that.
That's why I keep going back to.
Because it's the opposite of everybody say love.
Well, being brown skin is supposed to be, I'll spit it out, being black in America, where, there is a certain, especially being gay and a man and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, man, you're gay.
Yeah. There's a part of me that has had to, again, sort of neutralize the room and not allow my own inner black rage. I said it, black rage.
And I've seen it.
To come to the surface. But I'd like to have a place where I could bring that black rage to the surface and, scare a few people on camera. This is where Viola Davis is able to, she brings it up so easily. And she talks about it. She has had so many years in theater, in real, making no money, rats, roaches. Things didn't really pick up for her until, I think, like around 35, something like that, in mid-30s. So
my age.
Exactly. But it's just interesting to if you have a running start, and I've got to tell you, it's been my experience that around 40, that window of malleability starts to close.
Starts with your skin and then goes to your personality. No, it's true.
Yeah.
I agree. But it does start to close unless you do the work. This is where I disagree, because at 40, we're in a state of our life, a phase of our lives that 20s, partying, get it out of your system. 30s, career-oriented. We're getting more to know ourselves. 40s, I know what the fuck I am. I know what the fuck I want, and I'm going to get it. So yes and no. So 40s, it does start to close, but you also realize what you want way more than in your 20s and 30s. And in your 50s, it should be your moment of, I've gotten everything, or I'm well on my way, or I'm in the groove. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Which you are. You are in the fucking
in the
groove.
But, the judgment I have against other people seeing me a certain way.
You need to drop that shit.
Well, no, I got it. No, but that's that. When you break it down, that's what this is. It's not wanting people to see you as ugly or as your faults.
I get it.
Because for everything turned around for Viola Davis in the movie Doubt, when she let her, all the water come out of her face, and it's that one moment where you're looking at her. Yeah, she leaked, and at one moment you look at her and you go, "Oh my God, madam, you have water coming out of all of your."
Horrified.
Yeah. But you know what? She wasn't thinking about that.
No.
She was feeling like, oh my God, there it is.
Yeah. Because you and I and Kim Kardashian and everybody else, we cry, we cover.
Yeah.
We hide, we cover. We don't want people to see us cry because we're afraid we're going to be judged as ugly.
Yeah.
We have to, you and I should challenge each other every time we feel ugly. Stop covering and go, you're covering again.
Well, it's more than ugly. It's vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's vulnerability.
Even more than ugly.
Yeah.
It's the thing we fight for on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
It's the vulnerability that makes you a good actor.
Because you say all the time on the show, you say, I want to see who you are.
Yeah.
How many times have you said that to the girls?
I say it every season. And I'm probably going to say it till season 20, God willing.
Yeah.
But that's the point. And I want the world to see who I am because they don't know who I am. Right. And I honestly believe they don't know who you are.
No.
I know who you are. And you got to call some Cookie Lions shit. You got to get up in there. Start there and be a villain, girl. This is the perfect place for you to run shit up in Lucia's Lion Empire. I'm not even kidding because Lee Daniels, he lets people go there and he lets people do that shit. Yeah. And he's so good. I mean, I would fucking start there. Yeah. I think you'd be a great villain. I know you, and I know what you can do. You'd be a badass. Just count on that Scorpio.
Well, I've been awful to our producer here. I know that. But with love.
He knows villain Rue, yeah.
But
even though you're awful, you do it in that Rue sense. It has it's tongue in cheek, so he knows you're fucking with him.
He knows how much I love him.
Of course
he knows.
Because
actually, I wouldn't. And this is my mother too. They always say, "Oh, she's mean, Miss Charles, mean, Miss Charles." I knew what she was doing. I understood what all the different layers are. And first of all, if she really hated or if I didn't like, I actually would A, have nothing to do with him. B, would just ignore him.
You don't think I know this?
Yeah.
I've been through it with you, girl. This was even before therapy.
Yeah.
20 years we started working together.
20 years ago. KTU's 20 years ago.
20 years. This month, 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's how long you and I have been working together.
That is so crazy.
The scariest part is, are you ready? I probably met you 30 years ago.
That's right.
1987. 6.
Oh my goodness!
Because it was the year I moved to New York City. Wow. Wasn't it the year you moved back?
I was. It was. Yeah. It was right then. Right in then. Wait a minute. No, it was at the Love Ball, which was
89,
that 87.
I didn't meet you at the Love. That was the first time you saw me. Was at the Love Ball?
I think so.
No.
I think so.
No. Copa.
Honey, them whippers have just gone to my head.
I saw you at the Copa. Suzanne Barsh party at the Copa. That was before that. That was before the Love Ball.
Child,
I think.
I know.
Don't get me to lying. I've never done a drug in my life. Shit.
It all blends together.
I'm telling you.
It all blends together. But,
But I think it should be a goal for you and I this year, obviously separately, together, whatever, to push each other, to push ourselves, to pull out the vulnerability even more and let people see the ugly that we've been hiding. I'll let people see my neck that I hate. I'll let people see the ugly, me without makeup, me, the way I feel not attractive. I'm willing to do it to get to that place where I want to be. And I think acting classes are a great place to be.
Well, that's why I brought up the girl from
Ipanema?
Not the girl from Ipanema, but the girl from Big Brother who covered her face when she had to judge because she was covering her face because of her own judgment of what she thought people were going to see of her. Because it's she had her opinion, which was real and honest. Yeah, but she was thinking ahead at what other people might think of her. As an
actress, she's an actress. She's a soap actress. Even worse. Because soap actors, as we know, you look at somebody and you go, that's a soap actor.
Right.
It's even harder. And she's young. She's a kitten, 24 years old or something like that. But when you work in soaps, you almost have to get deprogrammed. You know what I mean? It's like the Scientology of acting. You have to get deprogrammed when you leave it because they're so set in their ways and the way they do things and the way you have to look that there's nobody ugly on soaps. Ain't nobody. Even the old mother is still beautiful.
Well, it's so funny to see people who are experienced actors move into because what's Anna Marie Horsford? I saw her on The Bold and the Beautiful recently. She was.
Are you kidding me?
No, she was on there. Yeah, and then I was
from Amen.
Yes, from Amen and the Winans brothers.
I loved Amen.
I did too. I love the theme song. That was my favorite song.
I was so in love with him.
Yeah. The
gay reverend.
What's his name? He wrote "Never Can Say Goodbye," and he's not a gay reverend.
He was in
Clifford Davis. Clifford Davis.
But isn't he gay?
No, Clifton.
He's straight.
Davis. He's straight.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Clifton Davis. He was so sexy.
He wrote "Never Can Say Goodbye" for the Jackson 5.
And he did a Broadway.
He's done lots.
Yeah.
He's done lots. Yes, I am Team Soldiers for Christ.
Yes, always.
And we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you, Kim Davis.
Who's Kim Davis?
The lady that wouldn't grant the marriage license.
Oh, is that her name? Right. Davis. Yeah, I've forgotten it already.
Welcome to 2015, RuPaul.
Yes, honey, yes. Well, until next time, my darling.
Okay, bye.
Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Amen.